Hello everyone, this is Ida. I have a project share. Let me move my stuff out of the way, you guys. I rotated my table because when I walk back and forth, my sis Nisha told me that she could see me, and I know you can see me, you guys, and I'm always walking around barefooted. I love it in the house, not out of the house. Anyway, so she says, Ida, rotate your table or extend it out or something. So here it is, sis. But the reason I don't do that, guys, as you can see, look at the mess on my table. There is a big mess on my table because I'm working on 10 different things at the same time. So I have everything that I pull out, whether they be punches, paints, whatever, and it gets everywhere, you guys. So anyway, I have a project share that I want to share with you guys. Enough with the explaining. This is how I create. This is how I create, and I wish that I was a little bit more organized when I'm creating and stuff, but really I just take stuff out and don't put it back because I'm working on stuff and I change my mind so many times. Anyway, let's drop that. Okay, how about I just share what I created. I was in a swap with Scrap the World a while back, and it was the embellishment box swap, and I was in it wasn't a shabby group. There was no group, but I did shabby. And I made a tag, you guys, that had everybody's name on it. And I decided to recreate those tags again, but for fall. So this is one of the tags that I created. It's so pretty. And you guys remember I told you that I had bought in the Christmas shop these crystals. And I wanted to use them to mimic the flow of water. So this is what I created, you guys. How cute are they? And I cut out the word thankful from my die set. I think I bought this at Hobby Lobby a while back, you guys. And it has the word thankful in it. And it's got the word blessed, and it's got believe. So this would work for Christmas and Thanksgiving because of the word thankful and believe. But anyway, and it's got the word joy, I believe, in it as well. Yeah. So it works great for, at least those two holidays. And this is what I created, you guys. I made this rusty tin can. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. I was going to do a tutorial, but because my space is so limited to walk back and forth, like to wipe my hands off with the paint and stuff like that, and to put my brushes in water or clean them, because I don't like to leave my brushes sitting in the paint because then they get stiff. So I'm not prepared for that. But I want to show you what I did, and I want to tell you how I did it, and hopefully it will help you. If not, then I'm just going to have to get a little bit more prepared and hopefully do a tutorial on it. This is one of the ones that I created, and I'm going to tell you what I did. I start off with a piece of chipboard like this, you guys. And then I use, when I want to make it rusty, really, I need to clean up. When I want to make it look rusty, this silver tape that you can get in at any hardware store. Usually, I think I got this one at Home Depot. This is what I put. I put strips of this tape, and it only takes a couple of pieces of this silver tape. I think it's like an aluminum tape to put on here. And then I put my the side that has the tape on it. I put it face down on my die, my watering can die. And I run it through the machine and my Big Shot, and it will cut out the whole thing, tape and all. So that's the first thing that I do. And I thought I had a piece separated to show you guys. And I might have even actually thrown it in the garbage, you guys, because I said I'm going to leave a piece so I could show you. Anyway, and then what I do is I get just regular black acrylic paint, and I rub it all over the can. Then I get a tissue or a paper towel, and before it dries, I kind of just dab some of the ink off, the black paint off, and then I let it dry for a little bit. And then after I do that, I come in with the Prima the rusty effect. Let me see what it's called. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It is called, okay, it's the patina effect paste. So this is the one that I use, guys, and it comes with the copper colored paint, and then it comes, this is more like a modeling paste, guys, the blue. It's very thick, like a modeling paste. And then the green one is gritty. It's not as dry as the modeling paste. The modeling paste is pretty thick and dry, like a paste. And this one right here, the green one, it's more like it's gesso with sand in it. So if you don't have this set, you can actually just add sand to your paint, you guys, and get the same gritty effect that you would get with this green one. And this one is like a modeling paste, so you could just tint your modeling paste. And then this one's just like a copper paint. There's no grittiness to this one at all. So that's what I use, and I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what you can use to substitute for that. You know, because I have done things where I add sand to my paint or to my gesso. And I haven't quite cleaned it up because I just finished these, guys. Now, the ones I did for the swap with Tamika, I had put a grommet in here, one of those eyelets, and I made it into a tag. But I had to use the small hole that's on my crocodile because of this little strip being too narrow. But because I did cut it out of chipboard, it's pretty strong. And then, of course, I have paper in the front and I have paper in the back. There's the back of my my watering can. See how beautiful the butterfly is right there? And this is a Prima paper that I got in a kit, in a subscription that I was in. And it just happened to be around fall time. And they sent I think it's called Amber Moon by Prima. And I wish I could find that paper pad, you guys. If anybody knows where I can get it, please let me know, because I really like that paper. Anyway, after I dabbed it in black and I dabbed off the black paint, I went in with the blue paste, and I just kind of stuck my finger in there, you guys, and dabbed it because it's so thick that if I rubbed it, I would have rubbed off the black paint. So I just kind of dabbed it, and I imagine you could add a little bit of water to this, but use bottled water if you're going to add any water to your stuff. And after I did that, the blue, I added the green that had the grittiness, the sand. And this is more, it's not really a liquid. It's more like a gesso type. So it's a little bit more liquidy. And the same thing, just with my finger, I dabbed it. Now the last one, this copper paint, with a brush. I used a brush on this because it is like paint. And I just dabbed it here and there. At no point did I rub my brush across. Everything I did with my finger, just dabbing, or with a brush, just dabbing. You could use a sponge or anything. I kind of just used my fingers, but I didn't want to be running back and forth to wash my hands off, because even when I use a wipey, you know, I get quite a bit on me. So anyway, and this word thankful is from that die I just showed you. I cut it out in a copper. And then these little fall leaves right here came from a confetti mix that I bought last year, you guys. Look at how beautiful this is. I'm going to take some of it out because I want to show it to you. It is so pretty, you guys. And I even forgot that I had it. But look at the beautiful leaves. Look, let me put some down. Look at the beautiful leaves and pumpkins, you guys. How pretty are they? They're really pretty, and I remembered that I had some. I would have liked to have had the real small leaves, but for what I did here, it's fine. It's got acorns, it's got pumpkins in different colors, you know, all the fall colors, and the leaves as well. And you have like a couple types of leaves. You have these, and they come in the fall colors. But anyway, that's the leaves that I used. I could have used one of the pumpkins or the acorns, but really all I used from here were the leaves. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to show you. Here are the leaves, you guys, that I used. And then the acorn right here came from that little haul I just did from Hobby Lobby, you guys. The flat back pieces, the pumpkins and the acorns. That is what I used on for the acorn right here. And then I ordered a punch, this Fiskars punch. From what I hear, you guys, this punch is going to be retired. So if you want this punch, run out and get it, because this punch is going to be retired. Although I will tell you, I kind of don't like the handle ones, because I think that they're kind of flimsy, and I've had one mess up versus one you just punch down. But, you know, if your paper's not real thick, you're good. But the Amber Moon paper was really thick, so I could feel like a resistance. So just be careful with that. And because that's what I wanted to punch my bows out of. So that's what I did here. And for this little centerpiece, I just used this little scrap from the Thankful to put around the bow. But look at how pretty that is, guys, with the water effect. It is super cute, you guys. And you could use this as a tag and just tie the ribbon on the handle and, you know, stamp a to and from in the back. But I'm just making them as fall embellishments, and whoever gets them can either make them into, turn them into a tag, or add them to another tag or a card, or whatever they choose to. I wish I would have had small sunflowers, but the sunflowers that I bought were too big. So that's one of the ones that I created, you guys. I'm going to show you another one. Here's another one that all I did was add the leaves. And I added hot glue to the back of the leaves to adhere them on here. And when I did that, it kind of softened it and bent it. And I like the way it looks, because now it's got, you know, a 3D effect. And here's the same thing, the watering can. The exact same technique, you guys. So I cut one in the chipboard that had the tape on it, and then one in the designer paper for the back. But whatever paper you want to show in the back, let that be facing you and not the die. Because when you put it in the back, you have to reverse it. So make sure that the printed side that you want to show is facing you and not the die. So here's the second one that I created, and I didn't add a pumpkin or anything to this one. I kind of just left it plain, you know, with just the leaves. You know, I just was trying different things to see which one I thought was the prettiest. And then here's one with the pumpkin, and I really like these flat back pumpkins, you guys. Look at this one with the pumpkin. How pretty is that? And again, the Thankful. And then the piece that goes here, this die comes with the watering can, and then it comes with a little strip that goes right across the center of the watering can. I cut that out of chipboard and designer paper, so it's got a little bit of dimension, as you can see. And then, of course, this is the pumpkin from the flatbacks with the acorns, and I absolutely love these pumpkins, you guys. And then I made a bow, and here are those crystals again as a watering effect. Now, the ones I did for Tamika's, I used the pearls that were on a wire, but I kind of wanted something like this to mimic water, and that they were clear or silver, and that had the iridescent or the nylon string, so it wouldn't be real noticeable. So that's the other one that I created. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Now, here's one I haven't quite put together, but I wanted to show you without the water. See, it looks pretty with or without the pearls, guys. I think because I already started putting the water, I might do it. I'm not sure. Here's one of those pumpkins that I picked up also in my fall haul from Hobby Lobby, which are these right here, you guys. It's super pretty. So I added a couple of the leaves again, and then I added the pumpkin up here, Thankful in the foil paper. And then this bow is actually from a Halloween paper that I have, but I don't do Halloween, guys. You're not going to see anything from me that is Halloween. I'm going to go directly to fall, because it's just not, it's just not for me. So I'm not going to do anything like that, but I am going to do fall. So that's what you're going to be seeing from me. But, you know, you create whatever you want to create. Just because I don't, you know, that doesn't mean anything. You guys do whatever you like. But anyway, this is the other one, and I absolutely love this acrylic pumpkin. It's so pretty. And then this bow, like I said, is from that Halloween paper, because there are some prints in there that I can use that have the fall colors that don't have the skulls and all that other stuff. So I really like this pattern paper. So I made that bow and then cut a little piece of the copper to do the center of the bow. Now I'm going to show you the back. See how it's all splattered in black, you guys? Because that's what I do. I paint it first in black, and then I dab it off the silver tape, and then I add the other colors to it. But if you're going to do them, I would say if you're going to do 6 or 10 or whatever, do the same step on all of them. That way, you know, you only have to wash your hands off once with the black paint, you know, and the other colors as well. And you're not going back and forth between colors. So, see this one right here? Even though this is the right way, I want to put it in the back. So I would have to flip it. So make sure that whatever color you want, you have it facing you when you're cutting it. But it's super pretty, you guys. But I'm not sure, like I said, if I'm going to add the water effect to it. But these are the ones that I created. Now, I also created another one because I'm still working with the Santa Baby paper. So I'm going to be like mixing it up really. Let me move these out of the way. And I only did one with the Santa Baby paper so far because it was a little bit, it wasn't really tedious, but it was a little time consuming. Here's the one that I created for the Santa Baby, you guys. And again, I had already put the silver paper on the silver paper on here. So what I had to do was, after I had already painted it in black as well. So I had to go in with the white gesso and dab it in the white gesso. And then I added, I did use the green. I didn't use the blue. I just used I used the green, and I used the copper and the white gesso. That's what I did to this one to get this color. And I can still see a little bit of glue strings from where I was adding stuff. And here's the water flow again, you know, because the Santa Baby paper has roses and flowers. So, you know, we have to water those. So this is so pretty, you guys. And it's got a lot of movement. And I love the way this, guys, has a rough texture. Like if it was, like if it's rusty, except when I did it, I had to use a pink to bring in that shabbiness to it. So I had to use the green, the pink, and the white gesso. So if you're going to do this one, eliminate the black color completely. And do the white gesso, the pink, and the green, or whatever color you choose. But this is what I did. And like I said, it does have that rough texture. Here's the back, again, the Santa Baby paper. And then here's the watering effect. I only put this right here on the spout, and I was able with some hot glue to just kind of curve this a little bit. So this has a rounded effect on the back, not in the front, but because of the these little crystals that are in there. And then I cut the word joy from the same die, you guys. The same one that I showed you right here. It has the word joy. So if you're going to do anything for the holidays, just kind of think of words that you would use during the holidays. And this is the one I knew I would use because it says blessed. And I really love that. Believe, you know, thankful, hope. You know, those are the ones that I like. And I really would like to get like a faith one as well. And I might have one. I'm really not sure. Anyway, I cut the word joy, and this is that real chunky glitter paper from Hobby Lobby, and I ran it through twice, and it did cut it, you guys. So, and then this again, I did it with my punch, but like I said, you have to be careful if the paper's really thick. And this snowflake came from a box that Miss Jamie Snurch, here on YouTube, she was in the embellishment box swap that I hosted, and she had this little acrylic snowflake in there. So that's where this came from. And then here's another little rose. This rose came from my friend Carolyn, who is Tea Time and Dolls. She gifted me these little flowers in different colors. And she gifted me a couple of the pink ones. And so I just cut the bottom off and took the green off. And then I added the stickles to it, you guys. So it's nice and shiny. And then this heart is from the Santa Baby paper line. And the crystal in the center of the bow is from the Santa Baby paper line. And then what I did do also, you guys, I got my gold pen. And I didn't have the copper one. I know there's a copper one, but I don't own it. I have the gold and I have the silver. And I really need to get the copper because I would have loved it for the fall ones. I lined the edge of this little piece, not the chipboard, but the actual paper. I etched it in the gold before I adhered it to the chipboard. But look at how pretty that is, you guys. And see the dimension there? So that's real pretty. And also what I did, you guys, even though the Santa Baby chipboard pieces are adhesive, I added some glue, some hot glue to it because I knew that it wouldn't hold because of the grittiness that's on the texture that's on the watering can. So just kind of be careful with that, you know, that you use, whether it's E6000 or hot glue or something, that way it'll hold on to the paper. But that's what I did, guys, and this is the only one I created, you guys, for the Santa Baby paper line. And the other ones that I did, most of them were fall. And there's another thing that I want to share with you guys. It's right here on my table. I was messing around with one of the ladies during the embellishment box swap had wrapped her her swap in I don't remember who it was, in this ho tissue paper, you guys. And I saw it in my office because I don't throw anything away, and I haven't really organized anything yet, so it was just sitting on my desk. And I said, well, let me make some of those roses that I make out of the paper. And look, guys, it looks like a peppermint striped rose. So I thought these were super cute. So if anybody's doing like a peppermint, you know, the red and white peppermint on their Christmas embellishments or whatever. So you know, that ho paper in the red and white does make it look like it's a peppermint stripe rose. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I really did want to share, you know, something with you today. So that's why I created this. If I have enough requests, I might do a tutorial on how I make my water cans, you know, have that gritty texture to it. But my personal favorite, you guys, my personal favorite, and I'm going to show you one that is not done at all. I have it set over here on the side. So it cuts out the watering can, but see how it looks, guys? And I wish you could, I know the camera's not doing it justice, but you can feel the grittiness, like the watering can has gotten rusty. I mean, you could even make it into like a bouquet of flowers. Imagine, here, let me take this out of here. If you wanted to make a card and you wanted to make a little bouquet of roses in the watering can, let me see. Just kind of giving you ideas, guys, something to think about. Look at this, guys. You could make it into a little bouquet of roses. Of course, you would arrange them better than what I did here, but how cute is that, you guys? Like, I recommend that if you guys see this little watering can, because it's not a new one, I would pick it up. And then it cuts out this other piece, which is the one that goes here in the center, you guys. But again, I cut it out in the chipboard, and I cut it out in designer paper, and I edged the designer paper with my gold pen, and then I adhered here, and now you have dimension, and you can put anything here. I think what I did is I put the ladies' names on the ones that I created, like Inspiring Beautiful Creations. She was in my group, and so was, and Tamika was in my, well, she wasn't in my group, but she was a hostess, so I made her one. And I don't remember who all was in my group, you guys. I really don't. But all their names were put onto this little piece right here. And I had meant to include an extra one so they could reuse it, and I completely forgot. So they could reuse their tag, you know, and just cover up their names if they wanted to. But look at how cute the watering can looks, guys, with flowers. So I think it's super cute. I hope you guys like what I created, and I hope this gives you ideas that you might want to try. And start playing with, you know, texture. Remember what I said, that if you don't have this kit, you can do the green paint, or, well, yeah, it's green paint. Just mix it up with, mix it up, I mean, like a gesso. Mix it up with some sand, and that will, and the paint, the color, this color if you want, that will work. This is just a copper paint. And then this one is like modeling paste. So just add paint to your modeling paste. And there are the 3 steps, you guys, that you need to give your project the same effect that I have on mine. Thanks for watching, guys. Everyone have a great day. God bless. Bye.